Hey y'all, welcome again to another episode of the Matt Current Show. Today we're joined with Blake Del Carmen, who is the political director for the National Young Republicans. Blake, thank you for joining us here on the program.
Oh, Matt, thank you for having me. And thank you all for those that are watching for taking the time to listen to us and what we had to do and what we succeeded on this election season.
In just like 30, 45 seconds, give us a quick clip of what the wires are from what you guys have on y'all's website as recruit, train, and elect. Like what's the overall mission?
Yeah, so the Young Republicans are we're in 48 of the 50 states. We have members from all across the country, a little over 16,000 members total. And so our job as Young Republicans is to recruit um, young individuals in our clubs to potentially run for public office one day, whether it be on the city level, the county level, the state or the federal. We encourage them to obviously run, because we do want representation at our generation in government. And then we also want to help them train them in terms of how to get their campaign off the ground, as well as how they continue to run their campaign and run successful campaign. And so for this cycle in 2024, our job was to also work with the different committees and different campaigns to help them in terms of their grassroots efforts of voter contact.
Now, that's a good segue into, so you guys went and did 7 different deployments this year around the country. And most of the time when you hear deployments, you hear like all sorts of outside groups that get paid to go do this stuff. You guys have folks that are willing to do it for free. So my question is, how do you motivate people to come out and do it for free and get them to go all the way across the country, take time off from their various jobs, whether they're dental hygienists or plumbers, to go knock doors? And second, do you only knock for young Republicans who are running for office?
Okay, yeah, no, it's a great question. So this cycle from September, right after Labor Day to Election Day, we did a total of 8 national deployments in 8 different states. But that does not count the regional deployments that we did also from August all the way to November. So if you add the national deployment, the regional deployments, in total, we had a little over 130 different venues nationwide that we did. So in total too, in that bulk of time, just doors alone, we had 191,000, a little over 191,000 voter contacts at door between all of our deployments. And how we get people in our membership of 16,000 plus to join us on these is to, number one, highlight the importance of the race, why we need to defend the seat or flip the seat. And then also because of our generous donors, we were able to supply, whether it's mileage reimbursement, gas, hotel rooms and flights. We were able to help out a little bit to make sure we get some of our members to come, because we do, as an organization, personally believe it's important that we do more to help these kids.
Wow. So you're just covering the cost for them to get there. And again, these people aren't paid. You're just covering
We're not
food,
paid, no.
transportation. Wow. That is
Right.
amazing. People, Americans from all over the country coming to help.
Right. Yeah. So we have the different state parties and the local parties as well. And then our young Republicans in each state that also help us out there to feed, to house these volunteers. Because again, campaigns have so hard of a time as it is to raise money for their voter contact, for their TV, for their mail, for their text, for their phone calls, etc. So we try and be, helpful in our way so that we're not draining their resources. We're also working in our own efforts to raise the money and find the funds and how to make it logistically happen for them to make it successful.
Well, 191,000 doors makes a big difference, especially on state and local levels. With that kind of power, how do y'all determine where to go knock? I know you said swing states, but within sort of the district or the Senate seat that you guys are going. Like, I saw you guys went up to Michigan. What made you guys want to go to Lansing, Michigan, when you could have gone to Detroit? Like, what kind of conversations go to those tactics?
Well, so we started the process about 8 months prior to the start of our deployments. So we look at all the committees. So the NRCC, the National Republican Congressional Committee, the National Republican Senate Committee, the speaker slate, all that stuff to look at what races we need to identify and how. And so we look at also to the ability to where what our impact can do on the national level by bringing in a number of people, how our voter contact system and what we do to knock doors, make phone calls, if that'll be a swing for that candidate. And we also look at it especially for the 2024 cycle, like we look at not only just the House race, but the Senate race, and then also the presidential side, because these key congressional districts are typically where we can get the most bang for our buck in terms of voter content. So for each deployment, for instance, out of all 8 national ones, we had 40 plus people attend. Montana, we had 111 people that showed up to come back.
Wow.
So
you guys got a big flip in Montana.
We really do our best to make sure that we're identifying every race possible to make the most impact and make sure that every door that we get some measurable data is open like that, so then you can also follow up with that. But so to make sure they voted early, or to make sure they're going to vote on election day, and make sure that they're also reminding their neighbors and their community groups, etc., to get vote.
Now, are you guys doing phone calls as well, like phone banks?
Yes, we do phone banks on top of the doors as well.
Wow. Well, how excited are you guys to have the first young Republican vice president since Richard Nixon? I know that's got to be a big deal for you guys.
Vice President J.D. Vance, it's going to be a huge couple. He's going to do great things. It's a generation, but also the next generation behind me.
Yeah, I'm noticing Trump's pointing a lot of young Republicans to the cabinet, a lot of younger folks that'll last for generations to come. Well, Blake, thank you for joining us on the Matt Kurt Show. That was really good insight onto the Operations Young Republicans, a good little snippet on how you guys were able to help transform various races around the country. So thank you again for taking the time to join us.
Yeah.